Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Baltimore RAVENS fans. Let's get to the news now. Let's talk about what might be the biggest shakeup in the AFC North this season. Something that's creating buzz not just among fans, but throughout the league. Rumors are swirling that the Baltimore Ravens could be on the verge of making a game-changing move, potentially acquiring Patrick Surtain from the Denver Broncos. And trust me, this isn't just a rumor. It's a serious possibility that could reshape the Ravens' secondary for years to come. This kind of move would be massive for Baltimore. Surtain, only 25 years old, is one of the league's premier shutdown corners. His skills, his coverage ability, and his knack for making game-changing plays make him a perfect fit for what the Ravens need right now, especially considering the injuries and gaps in the secondary. Marlon Humphrey, battling a hip injury, and Nate Wiggins, dealing with shoulder issues, have left the secondary a bit short-handed, especially against the deep threats many AFC teams throw at us. Adding Surtain would be like plugging a leak that's been letting teams get big chunks of yardage against Baltimore. Imagine Surtain locking down one side of the field, making it almost impossible for opponents to complete passes deep downfield. His ability to blanket receivers and force turnovers would elevate the entire defense, giving the Ravens a real shot at dominating the AFC North in the second half of the season. His stats are nothing short of elite. 2025 has been a standout year, with 10 games played, 35 solo tackles, 15 assists, and 3 interceptions. His PFF grade hovers around 90. And he allows just over 52% completion rate against him, with a target rate of only 18%, which is incredibly low and shows how much quarterbacks avoid throwing his way. This kind of shutdown ability is exactly what Baltimore needs to take the next step defensively. Throughout his career, Surtain has shown consistency, accumulating 198 solo tackles, 72 assists, and 12 interceptions. His expected points added per coverage snap is about 25, indicating he's a game changer when on the field. He's earned 3 Pro Bowls so far, and his yards after catch allowed are just 4. 1 yards on average, meaning he's excellent at preventing yards after reception, a key trait for a corner in today's pass-happy NFL. His win rate of 88% and his ability to generate over 25 extra turnovers on his own make him a true difference maker. Considering his injury history, Surtain has managed to stay healthy this season, playing about 85% of the snaps without any decline in performance. He hasn't had any concussions since 2023, and his pass deflections are at a solid 15%, leading all young cornerbacks. When matched up against elite wide receivers, his QBR allowed is around 65-2, definitely respectable, especially given the level of competition he faces. He's a corner that can be trusted to make a difference when it counts, and for Baltimore, that's the kind of player who can help us close out games and turn the tide in critical moments. Now, let's peel back a little and look at the reasoning behind the Broncos' potential willingness to trade Surtain. Denver is sitting at 4-6 and is in full rebuild mode after the trade of Russell Wilson's offensive line, trying to reset the team's cap structure, which is currently negative, with about a $15 million hit. They're looking to acquire draft picks and cap space, and trading Surtain would give them a much-needed boost in both areas. The Broncos are prioritizing a rebuild, especially on offense where they're struggling to put points on the board, averaging just 21 points per game. Their offense has been inconsistent, and with the team pushing for a reset, they're willing to part ways with their cornerstone cornerback, especially if it means acquiring multiple picks or additional cap flexibility. For Baltimore, acquiring Surtain isn't just about filling a gap, it's about elevating the entire secondary to elite status. His addition would mean a significant boost in pass defense, with projections suggesting he could rack up 5 more interceptions this season. His presence would cut opponents' passing yards by roughly 15%, while generating at least 12 additional turnovers for the Ravens' defense. That's a game changer. Imagine the Ravens forcing more turnovers, creating more scoring opportunities, and making life miserable for divisional rivals like the Browns, who are struggling at 2-8 and have allowed 234 points this season. Certain's ability to shut down top receivers would be a nightmare for offenses trying to move the ball against Baltimore. In particular, pairing Certain with Marlon Humphrey, who's still an elite corner when healthy with an 85 PFF grade, would give the Ravens a lockdown duo capable of neutralizing the AFC North's best receivers. Humphrey's hip concern remains, but his talent and experience are undeniable. Certain's higher grade of 90. 2 adds an extra layer of security, and when you combine that with his ability to generate pass deflections, averaging about 1.5 per game, you're talking about a secondary that can really dominate. Historically, a trade like this could resemble the Diggs trade of 2025, which boosted the Bills' coverage by around 17%. For Baltimore, Certain could be the piece that elevates the defense into a league-top tier, especially with the potential to increase sacks, improve third-down stops, and most importantly, create more turnovers. Financially, with a cap hit of around $13.5 million, acquiring Certain is feasible within the Ravens' salary cap structure. It would also allow us to bolster the pass rush, potentially adding around 10 more sacks, which would help compensate for the absence of Wiggins, who's dealing with a shoulder injury. The secondary would be more resilient, and the overall defense would be much more intimidating. When you look at the big picture, Certain's addition could boost the Ravens' chances of a deep playoff run, even making us a legit Super Bowl contender. His impact would be felt across every level of the defense, making us more versatile and unpredictable against both the run and the pass. Now, shifting gears to the postseason implications, if the Ravens manage to pull this off, it could send shockwaves through the betting markets. For instance, the Super Bowl odds would see a dramatic shift, possibly from plus 8,000 to plus 3,500. Certain's presence would be a key factor in turning the tide against divisional rivals like the Bengals, who are currently 3-7 and struggling offensively. His ability to make plays in critical moments, especially in the playoffs, could be the difference between a deep run and an early exit. In fact, his presence could boost the Ravens' pass thefts in the postseason by around 19%, giving Baltimore a better chance to flip the script against teams like the Chiefs, who are favored at plus 800 and are always dangerous. In conclusion, this potential trade isn't just a move for the present. It's a strategic play for the future, a visionary move by the Ravens' front office. It shows their commitment to building a defense that can contend for another Super Bowl title, even as other teams in the AFC are stacking up. The Broncos, on the other hand, seem to be embracing the chaos of a rebuild, prioritizing draft picks and cap space over proven talent. But for Baltimore fans, this is a moment to get excited. Certain could be the missing piece that takes us from a solid team to a dominant force capable of bringing another Lombardi home. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster move? Do you think Certain is the right guy to elevate our secondary? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Ravens. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Baltimore Ravens news.